Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. One of my very favorite things to do when performing live is to kick into a song that the audience does not expect to hear. And one of my favorite ways of doing that is actually to perform a song originally performed and recorded by a female artist. And typically that throws people off a little bit in a good way because they're so used to hearing the original version that as a male, when I attempt this song and put my own musical spin on it, it usually goes over well every single time and people really get into it. Today, I'm going to go in depth, teach, and demo 5 songs that I personally have on my song list that I perform all the time, originally recorded and performed by female artists. Again, that go over great every single time. And I'm going to go in depth on things like capo position, chords that I'm using, strum patterns, little details, all those things to really make the song come to life. And speaking really quick of capo positioning, I'm going to base this off of my voice, what I do, what works best for me. So if you're performing, or sorry, I should say practicing the song along with me today, and you notice that your voice is either straining, it's a little high, or maybe it's a little too low, you can obviously adjust the capo or even the tuning for that matter to fit your voice best. And lastly, really quick, if you guys do like content like this and you want to see more and support the channel directly and see more weekly content here at Growth in Music, just consider subscribing. It's a great way to support us here directly, and I will be coming out with more content every single week moving forward. All right, getting right into the list today, the very first song that I included is the song Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. And this one goes over well. It's actually a really very straightforward song to play. There's only 4 chords, no bar chords. We are going to need a C add 9, and if C add 9 is a very tricky chord for you, you can simply play C. But we're going to need a C add 9, and following C add 9, we're going to go to a G. Then we've got an E minor, as well as a D. So 4 open chords, nice and simple. Now that's not going to be the repetitive order of the song. There's going to be some times throughout the verse and chorus where things change a little bit, but those are the only chords you're going to need for the entirety of the song. Now when I do demo these songs, all 5 examples, I'm really just going to perform the first verse and chorus of everything. And the strum pattern that I'm going to be using, again, if you want to practice this along with me, is going to be down, down, up, up, down, up. Now, there is one detail to note, and once you feel good about that strum pattern, that's great. But you have to keep in mind that it's going to be, again, you can base it off of feel if you know the song, but also knowing and seeing when the chord switches happen over every lyric. That's going to be key as well, because sometimes in the middle of that strum pattern, a chord can already switch. It's not always going to wait for the chord to finish on that one strum pattern before a switch happens. So that can be probably the hardest part. The chords are nice and simple, nice and easy to switch to and from, but there's some times where you're going to be switching a little bit soon within that strum pattern. So an example would be like this if I were to go. And what I mean by that is I'm playing C add 9 to G, which is really how the song kicks off, over the down, down, up, up, down, up. But what's happening is, again, in the middle of that strum pattern, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. I'm switching in the middle of it, and that can be the trickiest part, so just keep an eye out for that. right, the next song on today's list is going to be the song Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. And this song sounds great and it goes over well every single time. As you can tell, we're going to be in standard tuning still. Capo is going to be on the 2nd fret though. Now, all open chords. We're not going to need any bar chords for this song as well. And the chords we're going to need will be a C. Then we're going to play kind of a B over G chord. What we're going to do here is instead of playing a G, what we're going to do is we're going to basically take the middle finger away and it kind of just shimmers a little bit more. We're kind of just taking that G bass note out of there. You can play a G, I should be clear. You can play a G, that's totally fine. But in this instance, I'll be playing a B over G. Nice, easy variation. Then we're gonna play an A minor. Again, another open chord, following that a D7. That one's a great chord, a little bit of suspense there. And we're only gonna need that when we're pretty much transitioning into the chorus, so only once in a while. And the last chord we're going to need is going to be an F sharp over G. And again, we're going to use this as more of a transitional note to get in and out of kind of the chorus section. And what we're going to do is place a normal G on the guitar. And instead of the low 3rd fret bass note, which is G, we're going to take the 2nd fret of the low string, place our first finger there. And we're going to use that F sharp. We can kind of hear that F sharp come out of there a little bit. That's all we want. Again, we're using it as a bit of a transition. Now, if that's too difficult, just to kind of throw those little details in there, just play G all the way through for that part and it'll work totally fine. It's just a bit of an added bonus. All right, now the strum pattern that I'm using is really nice and simple. I'm going down, 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 up. For pretty much the majority of the piece. So if I take the very repetitive verse part that goes C to kind of the B over G to the A minor, back to the B over G, we'll call it, it's going to sound like this. So again, nice and simple. And obviously play along with me, practice along with me with the demo, and feel things out. If things are a little bit tricky or challenging, you can obviously simplify to meet your needs. But again, just have fun with this one. This one's a great song and it goes over well every single time. I took my love and I took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around. And I saw reflection in a snow-covered hill till the landslide brought me down. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes it bolder. Children get older, and I'm getting older too. All right, good job. The next song on today's list is going to be the song Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. And this one's great because you have total freedom to do all of the little details if you so choose. You can finger pick it, you can strum it, whatever you want. Today, to suit my voice best, I'm going to go capo 1, again, standard tuning. And you're going to need 4 chords, all open chords again, no bar chords, C, E minor, G, and D. So nice and simple for us. And again, I'll put chord charts up for everything, but we'll need a C, G, E minor, and D. Okay, cool. So the chords are nice and simple for us. That's great news. Now, the strum pattern isn't too bad either, but the verse strum pattern is going to be different than the chorus. The verse strum pattern, what I like to do to fit the rhythm and the timing and the tempo, is break it up into, it's kind of like 2 separate strum patterns. Okay, so when I play the very first chord, which is C, it's going to go down, up, down, with a slight mute. Okay, and then the next chord that's following up with that, we're going to go into a G, and it's going to go down, up, down, down. So if I put that together, we can almost think of that as one big strum pattern, but we do switch in the middle of it. Now the next combo is going to be E minor to D, and it basically just repeats that. Again, back to the down, up, mute, then to D, down, up, down, down. Okay, so that can be probably the trickiest part, is just getting that down. Again, you can think of it as two separate strum patterns or one long strum pattern that we just have to simply switch halfway through. Now with the chorus, there's another strum pattern as well, but it's pretty straightforward. What that's going to look like is it's going to go down, down, up, down, up. And that's basically going to be used for, I believe, every single chord. So that's going to be nice and easy for us. But just know it's another new strum pattern. At least we don't have to switch so soon. We actually get to hang on each chord quite a bit longer than the verse, which is nice for us. But again, it just takes some practice. But the nice thing is, again, chords are nice and simple for us on the left hand. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Ticket to anywhere, maybe we can make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, felt like I was drunk. And city lights laying out before us, and your arm so nice around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged, and I had a feeling that I could be someone, be someone, be someone.
Okay, now if there are any times throughout the video where you're a little bit confused or having trouble or just need to pause to kind of practice on your own, feel free. I'm going to put up chapters for everything down below so everything's easy to find, and so that if you come back and rewatch the video in the future, you'll easily be able to find your place. Now, the next song up is going to be the song Valerie by Amy Winehouse. And just to be very transparent with you guys, I'm going to keep this one in standard tuning today as well, so we don't have to tune our guitars any differently. But when I perform this song live, or when I perform live in general, what I do is I actually tune my guitar down a half step, so I'm in E flat tuning is what it's called. And I actually perform this song a half step lower. Now, I will perform it in standard today, but just know that, again, if things are a little bit high or out of your comfort zone, you can obviously feel free to tune your guitar to E flat as well along with me, but I'm going to keep everything nice and easy and standard for you guys today as well. Now, this song is great because if you're at the point where you want to mess around with some of the major and minor 7 chords to give it kind of that cool jazz feel, you can definitely do that. Now, I'm going to keep it pretty straightforward and simple, but I will share that with you too. So the chords we're going to need for this song overall, verse and chorus, will be a C, a D minor, an F, and I'm using the bar chord F. You can also use the small f, that's totally fine. We're also going to need an E minor. Now, the 2 chords that you can definitely experiment with when you're ready will be a C major 7 and a D minor 7. Now, the way we can play C major 7, will be really simple. It's going to be C without your first finger. And again, it really makes the song come to life, especially with the chords that we know and love in the song Valerie, right? We know the chords aren't your typical just basic open chords. There's something to it, and that's what this is going to be. You got your major and minor 7 chords that bring the song to life. And the next chord is going to be a D minor 7. So anytime that I'm playing a D minor, feel free to play D minor 7, and it'll look like this. I'll put up chord charts for everything. Again, sounds really nice. Now, what I do, at least in the song when I perform it, is I actually like to play the bar chord version because I can do a lot of really cool different things. So here's an example of that. The song opens up with C to D minor 7 repeated, and also kicks it off in the intro as well. And what I like to do is something more like this. So C major 7 to D minor 7, like to add my pinky. So that's why I take the next step of going up and playing the bar chord version. Again, you saw the chord chart for that. But those are little details you can add when you're ready. But if you aren't ready for those, just play C major and D minor. That's totally fine, just your basic open chords. And if you do it this way, you can stay and avoid bar chords altogether as well. Okay, the last piece of the puzzle for this song is going to be the strum pattern. And I keep it really simple, but it's a nice, fun, upbeat strum pattern. It's going to be down, down, up, down, up. And I basically keep that going throughout the whole song, both verse and chorus. And again, if you like a certain strum pattern better, or a finger picking pattern, or whatever the case is, or maybe just down strums, that's totally fine. Feel free to do that on your own. Make the song your own as well. And let's go ahead and play along.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. When I think of all the things and what you do, in my head I paint a picture. 'Cause since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess. I missed your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, Valerie,
Okay, we are on to the very last song on today's list. Now, the next one up is a total classic. It's going to be the song Jolene by Dolly Parton. And again, this song goes over great, and there's only a handful of basic chords. No bar chords needed. So what we're going to need here will be an A minor, C, G, and E minor. And as you can tell, I have a capo on 4 this time around, just to suit my voice best. And the strum pattern is very simple. Just one thing to consider. So the main strum pattern is a pretty quick one, meaning we're just gonna have to switch pretty soon or pretty suddenly because the strum pattern is quick. So we gotta get to and from each chord. So the very first strum pattern, down, 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 up. That's it. So I know the next chord comes up pretty soon, but keep in mind this. When we get to the end of a phrase, again, you'll kind of hear where a chord will kind of drag out before the next line or the next lyric comes up. We have another strum pattern, but it's a longer one, which is nice for us. We can kind of just hang on that strum pattern a bit longer and give ourselves a bit of a break. So that strum pattern is going to be down, down, up, down, up. And we've actually used that one before, which was the song Valerie. We use the same strum pattern. So you'll hear in the song where we'll call it the long strum pattern happens, and it's at the end of every basically sentence. You'll kind of hear it just kind of just be played out a little bit longer, and then you'll hear the quicker, more sudden strum pattern happen for the bulk of the song. But it's a nice, fun one to play, all open chords, and nothing too crazy about it. You can obviously, if you want to add the iconic acoustic intro part, you can do that as well. It's kind of like this finger picked part. Feel free to do that, but I'm going to stick strictly to strumming and open chords for this version just to make it simple on everybody and to just have fun with it. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. show